Today is a nuanced session, strong in some areas, weak in others. Here is the full picture. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. Here is your complete global indices roundup for July 17th. Caution prevails across asset classes. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Let us go region by region across the major global indices. Starting with the Americas session. S&P 500 dipped -0.51% to $7,533.77. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. NASDAQ 100 is down -1.62%, trading at $29,026. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. Dow Jones is trading lower by -0.20%, at $52,553. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. Starting with the Europe session. DAX dipped -0.92% to $24,915. The move follows reports that oil prices fall as market awaits possible US-Iran ceasefire deal. Energy now. FTSE 100 is trading higher by +0.54%, at $10,572. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Starting with the Asia session. Nikkei 225 is up +1.49%, trading at $68,752. Currency markets are reacting to gold prices slide as strong dollar outweighs safe haven demand. MSN. Hang Seng edged higher +1.40% to $24,681. The move follows reports that is BHP overvalued amid China's structural slowdown? Discovery alert. Kospi made a dramatic move today, surged +6.24% to $7,284.41. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. Nifty 50 is broadly flat at $24,073, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. Sensex is little changed, hovering near $77,187. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. ASX 200 is trading higher by +0.37%, at $8,840.70. The move follows reports that is BHP overvalued amid China's structural slowdown? Discovery alert. Now, a look at some of India's most active stocks in the news today. NTPC dropped sharply -1.64% to 342.45 Indian rupees. This comes as stock market today. NASDAQ drops while TSMC hits sell rule. Oil shipper steers into entry point. Investors Business Daily, adding pressure to energy markets. After today's weakness, the $332.18 area is the first meaningful support level to watch for NTPC. A stabilization there would be the first sign that sellers are losing conviction. This is our analytical view, not investment advice. Tata Steel dipped -1.48% to 185.49 Indian rupees. The move follows reports that is BHP overvalued amid China's structural slowdown? Discovery alert. After today's weakness, the $179.93 area is the first meaningful support level to watch for Tata Steel. A stabilization there would be the first sign that sellers are losing conviction. This is our analytical view, not investment advice. Now let us look at what is driving these moves at the macro level. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. The move follows reports that oil prices fall as market awaits possible US-Iran ceasefire deal. Energy now. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends lower as chip weakness offsets solid earnings, economic data. And looking at how some of the biggest global names are trading today. Rocket Lab plunged minus 11.61% to $67.35 in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by AST SpaceMobile versus Rocket Lab. One number separates these space stocks, the motley fool. Neutron medium-lift rocket development is the key valuation catalyst. A successful first launch would dramatically expand the addressable market and justify a meaningful re-rating. Space Systems revenue from satellite components and manufacturing is a steady, often overlooked earnings base. Watch for any Neutron program update or new DoD launch contract. Samsung made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 8.77% to $255,000. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Samsung profit surges over eightfold to beat estimates as RE boom fuels memory chip crunch. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any Nvidia or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Goldman Sachs plunged minus 4.91% to $1,095.46 in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by as Goldman Sachs, GS, primed for a Q1 earnings beat, cave-out RE. The asset and wealth management pivot is lowering earnings volatility. Private credit exposure is a growth area but carries liquidity risk in stress. Near term, the IB deal calendar is the stock driver. Watch for any mega IPO or M&A advisory win. Let us give you our near-term view on the Kospi. From a momentum perspective, the next key resistance for Kospi sits around $7,721.47. A sustained break above that level could attract further institutional buying. The main risk to the upside scenario is a shift in macro conditions or central bank tone. This is our analytical view. Always do your own research. To summarize, 9 indices in the green, 4 in the red today. Risk-on conditions dominate the global equity landscape. Let us close with the key events and catalysts on our radar. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Every morning, before markets open, we break down exactly what is moving and why. If you want that edge every day, subscribe and hit the bell icon. If today's analysis was useful, a like is the best way to support the channel. We genuinely appreciate every single one. We read every comment. Drop your view below. That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your Global Indices Roundup from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe for daily updates across every major market.